incredible. There are four incredible guests today. We have Pietro, which is here next to me. And then there is also Stefano, Marco, and Valdemar. Presentation of each. Okay, Pietro, the guy next to me. Pietro is he's a tech speaker and a data enthusiast with over 10 years of experience in data engineering. His journey started during his time as a computer engineer student and eventually brought him to a prominent consulting firm where he plays a pivotal role in shaping data ecosystems. With a passion for tackling intricate challenges, he has been involved in diverse projects aimed at constructing resilient solutions for complex problems. His dedication extends to staying abreast of emerging technologies and methodologies to develop state-of-the-art data solutions that propel business achievements forward. I forgot the full stop, sorry. But a huge, okay. Personal thing about Pietro, it's funny because all the people that are here among the all the guests of this chiacchierata, of this dialogue, I met personally during the summit. It was the funny thing was that I met Pietro after I tried to go to the Golden Gate, but there was the fog, so I didn't see the Golden Gate, but it was burned because the day before there was a super hot day. Yeah. So yes, but we have a American breakfast with 2 huge regular coffees. So that's where we met, and then we were like together sometimes during the summit. So the first one is Pietro. Second person. Oh yes. Okay. The second person is Stefano. Stefano, okay, Stefano.
Hi.
Okay. Oh, yes. He graduated in 1996 with a degree in information sciences, and Stefano's journey began as a developer, where a passion for data emerged. Python became his tool of choice due to its cross-platform capabilities and minimal installation requirements, particularly advantages on Linux where it was pre-installed. Since 2019, he has been a data engineer at BitBank and gaining experience across the major cloud platform, AWS, GCP, and Azure. In 2021, he discovered Snowflake and was immediately captivated by its technological choices, particularly its innovative separation of data compute and management into 3 distinct layers. He obtained the SnowPro Core certification in 2022, and this year achieved the SnowPro Advanced Data Architect certification. So a huge
Thanks.
Also for Stefano, I met Stefano at the Frosty Friday Hub. I think that he was one of the first person that tried the Frosty Friday Hub, so to do the challenge. And I was happy when I heard the Italian accent of when he was doing the thing. And then he explained me a lot of things, and I was super amused about his incredible knowledge when we were waiting to fly 14 hours back from San Francisco to Italy. So Stefano, thank you to be here. And now, the third one. Marco Gatto, Senior Data Engineer.
Hi.
Marco is a Senior Data Engineer with 10 years of experience in data management and analysis. At Docebo, he led the design of an advanced data platform primarily using Snowflake. So prior to joining Docebo, Marco honed his skill at various product companies in both the business and consumer sectors, specializing in designing and building scalable data pipelines for big data engineers projects. These initiatives aim to deliver valuable insights to clients and customers in the telco and public home network security sectors. He views data as a fundamental resource for innovating and enhancing business processes, dedicating himself daily to maximizing this potential in his work. So another big and huge about Marco, personal tip. he did a session during the summit. It was really great. I met him like exactly in San Francisco. Fun fact, I'm sorry, Marco. The last day we were doing the Frosty Friday Hub, and he had like a super incredible timing for solving the challenge. But that day was the developer day, so there were a bunch of like super young experts from Yale, or like, let's say, very geek people from all over the world, and it was beaten in front of him because it was like, we were like, no, you for sure will win. No, that wasn't true. So for just 3 seconds of like difference from the third places, he lost the Frosty Friday third
The
place
last two
challenge.
people that took the challenge.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why he won this one. Okay. But yes, that's Marco. So thank you again. I will pass to the last host. Okay. Valdemar Hammer is from is a CTO. So Valdemar is a co-founder and CTO of LocalStack, where he and his team are building the world-leading platform for local cloud development based on the hugely popular open source framework with 52K plus start on GitHub. It was prior to founding LocalStack. Valdemar has held several engineering and management roles at startup, as well as large international companies, including Atlassian, IBM, and Zurich Insurance. He also has a PhD in computer science from the Technische University of Vienna, where I sent my PhD thing. But okay, it was another story. Okay, so a huge thank you to Valdemar. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it's good to be here. So my connection is a bit bad. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now yes.
Can you hear me now? Or? Okay.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I'm actually at an AWS meetup today in Zurich. So apologies for the bad connection. But it's great to be here and great to meet everybody. So thanks for setting this up. It's a great opportunity to meet everybody.
Oh, thank you. Personal thing with Valdemar at the Frosty Friday Hub, where I stayed for 4 days during the summit. He went with one of his colleagues, and they were super tight in cooperation. So they also obtained a very good score in timing thing. And for me, it was like, okay, if I have to work with someone, I won't work like that. Super cooperative. It was amazing. It was a really good moment to see from an external point of view. What's that? Sorry. I'm sorry, my connection is okay. Don't worry, it's fine. Okay. Oh yeah, we got it. Okay. I used Valdemar because talking with Valdemar, and I've met them during the dev day. So there was the last day where there were a bunch of builders and startup people. It was an incredible day. I offer our user group as a stage to present projects. So I want to, and I hope that you want as well, to use the user group to say to the world, like, okay, I have this project. What do you think about it? Can we test it? Can we prove it? It's just a feedback from like technical people that can really give you like a super, say, objective point of view or feedback about your project. So I say here, and to also for people from home, if you want to share with us your project, your ideas, your product, and you want to test it us, we are open to do that. I'm the leader, but I hope that also the other people, I mean, it's not just my will, but they have my same point of view about it. So I really hope this thing. So now, super different.
Can I just give like a big shout out to you, Sophia, because you were actually really like we met at this dev day on the last day on Thursday, and you kind of really brought us into this booth, and it was, I don't know, it was like a really nice conversation. You also immediately saw like, hey, we're a bunch of nerds and we want to, just present at the meetup. So really appreciate the opportunity to be here. I think it's just a great way to bring people together, and I want to just say thanks for this opportunity. It's really cool.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Stop saying this thing. Okay. Now, one thing that I had troubles to understand with what happened at the Snowflake Summit was how many things were announced. There's no a list of the technologies that were presented, and now I use it. This piece of work comes from Dan, another Snowflake data superhero, and he takes from another person, I don't remember the name, and I try to screenshot the thing. But if you go on LinkedIn, I can share with you all the links to see what there will be presented. So there were a really incredible list of announcements. For us that we were there, I mean, at least for me, they were a little bit overwhelming because they were talking about enterprise AI, enterprise machine learning, dynamic tables, Polaris catalog. I mean, I hope that for everyone agree with me that the most incredible announcement is the dark mode, right?
I totally agree.
Oh, yes, that's okay. Yeah, dark mode was a great thing. I mean, during the keynote, it has let's say 30 seconds of suspense and just to announce the dark mode. And my colleague from Nicola from here sent me a picture with the, okay, it's arrived here. So that's just to say the thing that I like about the keynote. But see, there's a bunch of things, and most of them are like public preview, general preview. You can already see. And then there was like Snowpark, all the improvements that they are doing with Snowpark, Snowpark Pandas API. I mean, an incredible list of things. But just to keep the okay. The thing is that I have to stop sharing because in this way we can see the faces of Marco, Stefano, and Valdemar. Puoi pinnarle? Okay. Okay, and then Stefano. Okay, so in this way we can see you. No, la mia no. We can see you better. So the first question that I want to ask you is, what did you like most from the summit, apart the Frosty Friday Hub? But okay, that's more about me. Now for starting, let's from Marco, Valdemar, Stefano, and Pietro, and then restart from the last one. Okay, so that okay. I hope you got it.
So I can start, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can start, yeah.
Yes, as you have said before, I have been also a speaker to the summit. So for sure, it was great to see a lot of people joining our presentation. And overall, a lot of people asking question about dynamic tables that was announced in the very same day or maybe the day after. Because it's now generally available. So it was great to speak to people that had never used it before. We had before a private preview, and then we used the public preview in order to enhance our streaming capabilities. So it was great to see people excited to join our presentation. Yes, we also joined a lot of booths like yours, and we have just reached out with some of them in order to improve some of our and also increase the quality of our data and observability. So it was great to meet people that talked about data and all in the data, in the world of data in general. So this is what I have to say about how it was staying at the summit, for sure.
Yeah, Valdemar, the stage is yours.
So thank you. Yeah, so for me, I think I'm sort of personally more coming from the, I guess, not the data space, but more like the cloud serverless developer space. And it was really a great learning experience to.
Yeah, your connection is bad.
You know, different integration. I guess the announcement, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. Seems like there's a bit of a connection flake.
Yeah, not
Can you hear me?
really. Okay, yes, now.
Sorry about my bad connection here.
Yes, they're online.
Maybe with not video
Oh.
is can reduce the use of the network.
Okay. I hope it's a bit better now. Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was basically saying that to me, some of the really exciting topics are around like data engineering. So, for example, I saw this in the community or in the builders area, there was this talk about like using Snowflake containers, for example, to spin up an Airflow instance and then do some ETL jobs to pump data from one database to another and so on. So I'm really very much personally drawn to these data engineering topics. I really loved spending time at the booth. So both in the builders area, where you had this challenge where you had to solve some outer table queries and like basically you had to be the fastest one. And I think I don't know, Marco, you were in the top 3 or 4 or something. You were really fast. So congrats on that again. So that was really fun to really explore in a very interactive way how to do Snowflake development. And then also just walking around in the expo hall and talking to different companies. So there was a lot of topics around, for example, how to do data pipelines with Snowflake. There was a company called Datafold, for example, which I found interesting, but also the big ones like DBT and Matillion and so on, who are really sort of some of the leaders in the space. So for me personally, it was really a very intense 4 days learning experience. Great to meet, get a sense for the space, and yeah, definitely great ecosystem, and also loved to be connected to some of the data superheroes and the community. So it was great. I'll pass it on to the next speaker.
It's
Stefano, I guess.
it's Stefano.
No worries.
Stefano, sorry, Stefano, I'm sorry.
Hi to all. For me, it was a very wonderful experience this 4 days at Summit. I see that I don't know a lot of things. And I see Snowflake is expanding like a new universe with an inflection ways that is incredible. They announced a lot of things that we must learn as soon as possible. What the most interesting things that I see was the containers on the Snowflake to develop own application inside the platform, so all the data stay inside, and then the authentication of the user is demanded to Snowflake. That is can integrated with standard access point like Azure or other things. And I think this is one most priority point that Snowflake we do have. Because it can englobe a lot of things just are developed. Other things I fall in love with tablet table. I hope this possibility to use them as soon as possible. And a lot of other things that I to study in the next fall. But it was a wonderful experience. I hope to come back next time.
Pietro, the stage
Okay.
is yours.
So first of all, let me say that I think it's very subjective to say what was the, let's say, most important thing at the summit, because there were really too many things to discover and to say. In my point of view, I've attended lots of events around Europe, I would say. It was the first in the US, and I really enjoyed in general, the atmosphere.
everything was full of energy from the booths to the keynotes. And also, I would say the directors, I mean, how they managed the whole events, because the keynotes were like going to the theater in a sense. And actually, they made also a small comedy by building typical scenarios inside companies of data engineers, data scientists, business side, marketing, and were really nice as a way of representing what we usually see at work, and actually engaged a lot the public, I guess. And also the other speakers on the keynotes and also the sessions were really appreciated. I had a lot of information, and since there is one event a year, I guess I have 1 year to get used to all these things, and then we start again. But what I think is that they really covered the whole life cycle of data and application, so 360 degrees coverage on the let's say all the background from data engineering, data governance, AI, etc. And that gave me the maturity to understand that this platform is really capable of doing anything actually at the moment. And so it's easier for us developers, data engineers, users to use the platform, and also to discuss to each other what is the best way of doing things, even because there are many things to do, many ways to do just one thing. So really interesting. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if are there questions here about the summit, or are there?
Or maybe there.
Okay, last year there was a true llama at the summit. Summit creators at that this time. It's anonymous. Can you just? Okay. You are. Okay, Marco. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This year there were like people that were doing like that for 2 hours. Have you seen in the video during a kind of party outside for networking? There was this center on a on a table for 2 hours. She did that for 2 hours under the sun, but she was super covered of ski things. But yeah.
But no real animals, I would say.
No,
Just
no.
a fake polar bear, still cool, but fake, fake animal, not real.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So let's see. Even if you say, and it's right, for me that there isn't like a subjective thing that it's overall the best one among all the things that they were presented. Is there something that, let's say, it's more closer to your working daily needs, and you say, okay, before they announce this thing, or I can already use it, or I can use it, or I'm very ready to use like tomorrow, not tomorrow, but the week after the summit because of the time zones. So that, do you think that there were among all the things that they were announcing?
Yes, I totally think that there is an answer to this. Still subjective, I guess.
Yeah.
But, in my point of view, is data governance, because not only from the usage point of view, but also from the maturity, because many things were also said before from the guys from remote, and I guess the platform is really taking care of governance, and that is important because that goes beyond the hype of artificial intelligence, which is clearly the most sexy thing at the moment around tech and data. But governance is definitely more important, at least for me, and comes first. And so I appreciated all the features and all the products, let's say, from Horizon, and from, for example, take propagation on objects. also data quality and lineage, all this kind of stuff that, you know, you can do these things with other products. Usually you do these things outside Snowflake. And now all of a sudden you can do this right inside the platform. And I think this is game changer, because now customers and also us developer are really more helped in our daily job. And also from cost point of view, because you don't need to acquire other tools, and you can just build what you need right inside the platform. And that helps also by not only by reducing license costs, but also by reducing complexity. You don't need to integrate with other solutions. You have all the things inside the platform, and that's easier to govern. So I really appreciate this part.
Yeah. No more DBT for the lineage, I mean.
You don't need the DBT.
Yeah.
You can use it.
Yeah, I see the Stefano questions, answer, comment. So Valdemar, what about you? I mean, it's more or less the same question. I mean, among all the announcement, is there someone that, for example, fit very well with your goal or addresses like a huge need that perhaps you have in your organization, a local stack? Because your project is huge.
Yeah, so I think one of the interesting parts for me was the Polaris catalog, for example, like anything around interoperability and just making like open standards, even the open source announcements. I checked out the GitHub repo recently. I don't think they have open sourced it quite just yet, but I think they're gonna do it soonish. So this was really very exciting. And also like our company is coming more from like an AWS space originally. So I think that I also learned about a lot of native integrations that you have with AWS services at this point, right? So in AWS, you have a bunch of streaming services and, you know, things like Kinesis or Firehose and so on. And you can actually, there's a lot of connectors that are being built out between the two systems. So it almost seems like the major cloud providers are supporting each other on the highest tier, right? They're sponsors of the respective conferences. And to me, like personally, this is quite exciting to see. And also what was mentioned before, that you have just this integrated platform that doesn't only give you like data, but also like compute, right? You have storage, you have like basically the entire end-to-end life cycle, all the AI, ML capabilities and so on. So it's a lot of just out of the box functionality that you get in this very production grade platform. And honestly, one thing I think that Snowflake does exceptionally well is they just, maybe it's the marketing or something, but they give you just this really great feeling of your the whole snow theme and everything, and it just really feels like a very polished experience, right? The product, the community, the marketing, so everything is, you feel like well taken care of kind of in this ecosystem, and this is not to be underestimated, right? I think that's the psychological, emotional effect on the side. Yeah. That's it for myself.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, both because I belong to the second, part of the thing, like community. Being a member of a community of Snowflake, as you see, means being involved in things that perhaps can even seems like a little bit more for the other people, but community is very important. I mean, we had the opportunity to have here people that really set up Snowpark. I mean, they don't know Snowpark, they beat Snowpark. So it's not okay. I get problems like by installing some libraries, they did the library. So I mean, for me, it's incredible. And we have you here, Marco, Stefano, and Pietro, because of the community. So I think that's it. I think that probably is like too sentimental, but for me, it's important, especially because I was there with a Frosty Friday, and it was a thing just for the community. And it's important also because from the community, which is very active, Snowflake receives lots of like suggestions to improve their tool, which is a thing. And they are all people, they are developers. Probably it's not like, I think the customers can really appreciate in depth. So, but we as developer, or not just developer, it's can be really a good thing, joining our community and talk with Snowflake through the community. I appreciate also from what you have said that you love like the fact that Snowflake has the combined computation, data storage, and all the Snowgrid architecture. That I think the thing that Stefano was telling us in his bio. So when it was like, okay, the compute and storage and all it's all together in the same platform. So Stefano, about this topic, did you think that the latest announcement like reinforce this structure, brings more in, or it wasn't so clear like the incredible power of having everything in just one platform, because they were focused a lot about, as Pietro was saying, about AI and the enterprise AI and the LLM and the DAC.
I think the Snowflake is building the data engineer dream, because you find in an easy way all the things that we are dreaming for years. The flexibility to choose how many power give a single query, the possibility, the flexibility to use one kind of language or other to wrap my query. A lot of the interesting, I think what you said is right. Snowflake listen the community to improve the product. It's not more a product, it's a platform now at this moment, because I have a lot of things inside, so it's a platform. So is giving to the user the power to do what they need inside the Snowflake. Is incredible how much they put inside this project in this short time. It's incredible, because I think it's only 10 years about. So it's incredible how much thing they do, and the genius of the two founder to see this kind of solution, and I thank them for the possibility. And I love working with Snowflake, and hope we can work it next years.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the fact that it's a single data cloud platform, it's a thing. For example, I know that it can be like far from what you have said, but at the hub, people did a machine learning function. So they train a model, even if it was a small one. I don't know. Probably every one of you joined the challenge, did the challenge, but in that challenge, with 3 easy steps, people that were far from being developer, were like more, let's say, on the manager side of Snowflake, were able to train a model and to set it up on another one. So it was incredible that perhaps it's not the best machine learning process, perhaps it's not the best machine learning function, but people can really do that by running 3 commands. I mean, it wasn't like super difficult, and the fact that you can just handle with all these things super easily, I think that it opens a real like democratization, not only of data, but also of position of people that do things with data. So as you know, I don't have like a background as a say technical, but with Snowflake, I feel a little bit confident in doing things that were far from like being next to me, let's say when I was at the university. And that's, for me, it's great. So just to say that, yeah, having everyone is in a one platform, it's a very important thing for me, for example, about what you have said. And Marco, you did the session about the dynamic tables, so there were involved dynamic tables. I know, for example, here, I don't know, Valdemar, if you can agree or not with us, but in Italy, we can say that how we use Snowflake, it's not because we use the enterprise AI experience for customers or the enterprise machine learning experience for customers. Here we have problems just in setting up the data warehouses. So that's, I hope that people that are here, I mean, agree with me. It's a feedback that's important, because we were there, but for me, we were completely in another different universe about how we use that tool, which is great when it's used at the maximum of powerful, but it's, let's say, it doesn't show all its strength when it's used like we use. So Marco, about dynamic tables, they seems to me, let's say, one of the new topic that were presented, that it's able to combine, you know, like our social needs.
Yes, Sophia. I want to add another thing here. As you told, it's very hard in Italy to find maybe companies like mine that use Snowflake in this way, but also in general the transition to cloud, because it's very hard to find a company that work in this way. We have almost overall our systems are on AWS, and they use Snowflake as a data warehouse. So as you can understand, we are very keen to this kind of technologies. Let's say that we are one step back to what we were saying about the fact that Snowflake often listen to the community, because during the summit, I had 2 meetings with the Snowflake people, with Snowflake product managers, in order to understand how we use our how we implemented our solution and how they can improve something about that. Also on our side, but also on the Snowflake side overall, because maybe sometimes when there are specific and very stressing use cases, Snowflake is very keen to listen to data engineers. And I'm very proud to say this, because one more time, I can say that we are not just one of the biggest customer in Italy, maybe the biggest one, the bigger one, but I can say that we are one of the biggest customer in the world. And I can say this because we broken Snowflake 2 times because of our information schema that have a lot of objects. This is why I was very happy when I heard about talking about data governance and security, the new data lineage visualization that for now is a private preview, but I will stress my sales engineer to have this feature enabled as soon as possible, because I would like to understand how it works and if it's a fit in our solution. And for sure, another very important thing that I would like to try as soon as possible is the AI-powered object descriptions. Because as I've said, we have broken Snowflake 2 times because of the huge information schema. So sometimes it's very hard to get information on the objects we have in the database. Maybe having an AI-based description can be useful for us to understand if an object is the one we are looking for, if it's useful for something that our product managers are asking, and is useful for our, obviously, data analysts. So I'm very excited about these 2 topics. And overall, on the iceberg tables and for sure Polaris catalog announcement, because we also use Snowflake to monetize data, because we sell data using data share, and we would like to also fit in those use cases where our customers are very familiar with the lakehouse catalogs. And so maybe we could also try to monetize by leveraging these new capabilities. So I think that we will have a lot of work in the next few months, and I'm very excited to apply all of this stuff that I've seen to the summit.
Yeah, I love that, you know, that you broke Snowflake. It's incredible, no? For example, information schema, it's a thing that is there, you know, that is there, and it has like a bunch of super useful information that probably people that are not super expert don't think about it, and you can just easily retrieve, or you can do a lot of things just with that data. And for me, it was like, with metadata, you can do more things than with your actual data, let's say that. So it's, for me, it's incredible. I mean, not incredible, but, you know, just to let you understand how many things data
very useful
and can be, can give to you. Okay, you are a senior data engineer. So let's say the topic, there were like a lot of announcement about data engineer thing, but more in general, what challenges have you faced in data engineer, like recently, and how Snowflake helped to solve it?
Yes, one of the challenges that I also have shown during the presentation is that we moved to let's say an implementation of an event tracking system in-house that is totally based on Snowflake, I can say, because I want to just give you an overview, because we just moved the data from our application, Docebo application is a learning management system. We moved this data to our to Event Bridges, this in JSON, and by leveraging JSON capabilities to manage JSON, we move this data automatically by using Snowpipe into Snowflake, and then we automatically, by using dynamic tables again, we just have this data up to date as soon as they go into Snowflake. So it's a great use case, and it was a great challenge, because we used the system that we have dismissed because it was very expensive, and we moved to this new solution, and we had the chance to work and to develop this in just a couple of weeks. That is incredible if you think about event tracking system and how much money usually every company spends in order to have this up and running, but by buying it from third-party companies. So it was a great challenge, and it was a great result for us.
Yeah, oh, that's incredible. Of course, he's a senior data manager, and we respect me, he has more experience. So if you have like me or you have questions, because here the age is around 25, 35. So if you have questions to ask to Marco, feel free to ask, and or use the thing here. The Slido part.
I have a question.
You know what? Can you just, oh, I'm sorry.
Can I also?
Okay. That's good.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay. First of all, I understand a lot in what Sofia was saying about the use that we do with Snowflake in Italy. Now our company basically is data warehousing. We are using data sharing as well a bit, but I would be very curious to discover more about the, let's say, AI and machine learning tools. And a question for you also to understand your perception, given that you have probably more experience, is you said, Sofia, that now on Snowflake, you can develop AI and machine learning application even without being too much expert. What I feel is how much these, let's say, accelerator tools risk to make people not comprehend totally what there is behind. Because now, before, maybe we had to develop a machine learning application, knowing scikit-learn, doing it on Python, and so on. Now maybe with 2-3 line of code, I don't know, because I don't know the tool, but just imagine. So how much facility risk to, let's say, hide, sorry, the details of what should be done, because maybe I don't know, Snowflake takes care of all the hyperparameters, tuning, and so on. First question. And second, I don't remember anymore, maybe you in Docebo, but also Big Bang, I guess, Stefano, you did something also in this field of machine learning and AI. And the third, it's great that you want to break Snowflake for a third times now with the objective descriptions.
Yes, we've been very close to broke for the third time, but maybe I can keep in touch later to to explain better. No, about the first two questions, I can say that for sure, I think that data foundation is very important for AI and machine learning. So for sure, yes, it can help people working in the machine learning field, but the work that we do as data engineers, obviously, behind the scene, I think that it's very important, and for sure Snowflake can help us to improve and to make our life easier, but won't be never simplified so much by any kind of AI data platform, cloud platform, let's call as we want. But for sure, the work that we do for to give to data scientists and people working with AI and machine learning qualitative data is not just something that can be hidden by all this hype that is being created also during the summit on AI and machine learning. About the second question, I don't remember if you asked about if we in Docebo we are leveraging this kind of
Are already using machine learning tools provided in Snowflake?
Yes, we in the last few months sorry.
No, I was thinking, for example, Document AI, Cortex.
Yes, we in the last few months with our data scientists, we started to experiment the use of Cortex AI. I cannot go deeper in this topic. If you want, I can make you in touch with the people that is involved. So if you are curious about this, but for sure, yes, we are experimenting Cortex. In the last month on May, our sales engineer, Snowflake sales engineer that is following Docebo, was in Milan. I was there. I'm based in Rome, but in that case, I was in Milan. And this he explained us the new potential, new features of Cortex, LLMs, and new algorithms that have been added, also ChatGPT 4, I think, and other stuff. And yes, we are starting to use a lot this. There is also an article that Giacomo Clemente, that is our data strategy, is my boss, was interviewed during the summit in San Francisco by an Italian interviewer. Maybe I can share the link with Sofia if he has not it yet. And Sofia, you can share it with the user group. So maybe, yes. But in that article, my boss talked about this, about how we will, we are thinking of using these new capabilities in Docebo for AI.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Valdemar is greeting hard because I must go away.
Yes, so I will need to say goodbye. I'm sorry, I'm getting kicked out of this venue here now where the meetup was happening. But thanks so much for having me. This was an awesome conversation. Thanks so much, Sophia, for setting this up. Very much looking forward to the next iteration. When is the next one scheduled? I think you have something, is it in a month from now or?
No, it will be in September, but
September, okay.
We are able to tell you the precise data with another announcement, let's say next week, kind of next week, around next week. Because
Awesome.
September is far, but it's like now.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So best greetings to Milano and wherever you are right now in the globe, and greetings from Zurich, and I'll see you all soon, hopefully. Take care. See you all, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Sorry, Sophia. Also, my kids are kicking me out, so I think that I have to leave this meeting.
What?
My kids. It was a joke.
Your kids. I'm sorry. Your kids. I heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to go because it's a little bit late and they are very young. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. So thank you.
Thank you, guys. I hope to
Marco.
be in person next time in Milan. So yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Bye, Marco.
Ciao.
Bye. Bye all.
Okay, Stefano, the last question, that's the same also for
But is
for Pietro.
if we are all Italian, we can make it in Italian, or we keep stay in English?
Yeah,
For the registration is better?
for the registration is better in English because
Okay.
now we start in English more or less,
Okay.
and then we can talk in Italian like
Okay,
that for all the
okay,
time.
okay.
Okay, no, I was joking. But to close the event, good things from Snowflake. Everything is super, was great. Everything was amazing. Everything.
The biggest project we made in Snowflake in the 2023, starting from 2022, was the import of the data from external tools inside the Snowflake. We discovered the power of the pipe. Because I think it's the most interesting things. And now they have improved with the streaming pipe. Just we are waiting in GA for the next project. Maybe we need them because what the kind of project we are studying about, we need the streaming data. But if the people there never use Snowflake, they must to try to use the pipe because it is the easiest way to import data in Snowflake. You attach a queue on the S3 files. When the data arrive in S3 file, you have the data inside the Snowflake. As said Marco, you can load the first level data in JSON using the variant column. So you have no problem. I haven't a column in this event. I haven't this solution. You can make all this check after when you adjust in your data lake. So it's very easy way to manage, improve, enlarge, extract data from the external data. So one of the most basic things to use with Snowflake is the pipe. Is the most wonderful thing that I found. All the simplicity, the other things just said, but it is the game change, the game changer, is right, of the situation.
Yeah, you are a data engineer, so yeah, and that's why yeah.
About the AI, I not yet try Cortex because in this day I must finish the relation for my boss about how I seen in San Francisco. Was a long journey because at the same time must follow the standard work. Today I finished it, and I hope next month try what I just done with Bedrock. Try with Cortex to see if I have the same output. I waiting. Is 15 days? I'm waiting for it because I need half day free. But this is the next try that I will make with Snowflake for my improvement, and the way the GA, the other things just said for the said official work. But I hope it's possible to share our knowledge with. I don't know. Is a Frostify is a place to leave question. It will be a good thing to have calling social where we can share question ideas to resolve together.
Yeah, there is the LinkedIn page of the Snowflake Italy user group that, as you know, it's a very good page, and we can find like the rubrica
we can
for
write
you, and you will have this thing.
I can leave you a lot of questions then.
Yeah, yeah. No, I hope some answers too as well. But thank you,
Yes.
Stefano. I mean, really, thank you.
Thank you for
I know we
the
are
invite.
no, you're welcome. We are next to the end. Pietro, you are a tech speaker. I love your blogs. Check his blogs because they are great. And once, I mean, I think it was one of the first one or the second one you wrote from the summit, but not about the summit. It was like being conscious of what will happen in the future of AI. Don't just talk about AI, which is more or less what Francesco said. No, we have this kind of similar feeling. So I'm curious to hear your answer to this thing, because I know you work with Snowflake. I know you know lots of things, but just because it's 8:30 and
yeah, be short.
Yeah.
Don't worry. So first of all, let me say that we see what you said before, that most usage of Snowflake is around data warehouse here nearby,
Yeah.
and that's good because that's the starting point. I mean, you need to start from data and then also extend the platform, because the platform enables you to use all this stuff. And actually, we are using it. We tried useful, and it improves really fast. What is interesting is that all these announcements around AI, including Snowflake, are really fast, and you don't have time to reach all the new things, all the new announcements. There are other announcements. And also relating to your question, what I think is that we need to start from governance, because AI, as any other tech new or solutions, is like putting a smartphone in the hand of a small child. I mean, they can know what they do, and they can actually do the right things, but it's really difficult that they have complete awareness of what they do, of the dangers that are there, and they still need your guidance, I would say. I mean, not to avoid completely this kind of usage. They need to be educated, and the same applies to AI and the other features. So you fear?
Like a nuclear weapon
Yes.
on the ends of
Yes, yeah. That basically AI and all these improvements are like atomic bomb, but atomic bomb is just one side of the coin. The other is nuclear power. Nuclear power can also make good things. So what I think is, in our practices, in our daily jobs. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Grazie.
Ciao Stefano.
Ciao, alla
Grazie.
prossima.
Ciao. Okay, can you just not share my face?
So just to sum up, what I think is, in our daily job, in our practices, we need to take care of the most valuable thing first, and then I mean, experiment and explore all these features, but the core stays in data and governance, on my opinion. So all these things are important, but we need to not lose the vision, all the vision around data, and all these things apply upon data. I mean, AI and data are just two sides of the same coin, but what gives the coin the value is data. Without data, the coin is useless. It's just metal.
Let's say that fundamentals of there is no quality, there is no result.
Yes.
The bubble will explode.
Yeah.
Okay, we are.
Awesome.
Yes. We are at the end of our first chiacchierata. I know that we can talk now for more and more and more. There is a beautiful aperitivo, and I need drink water. I want to show you a little thing at the end.